This past year, I was in the Faculty of Human Justice. All of my classes worked through very current social justice topics. I found that I learned a ton about myself and my own values, especially from my Women and Gender Studies class. Because of this, I was very excited to take this ECS class to keep building on my framework of knowledge in social justice. I learned many new things from this course, as well as had topics I already knew about prior to this course being expanded upon. Although I do not believe I expressed any common rebuttals in my classwork, I do know that there were times where I had thoughts that would be referred to as common rebuttals. My first encounter in this course where I noticed a normative narrative for me was being disrupted was when I had to write my own life history and then compare it to Haley's, who is an Indigenous woman. At the beginning of the process, I found that my family has been less than wealthy for generations. So when I had to compare my life to Haley's, I thought we had more similarities at first glance. But then I delved deeper into the topic and realized that our lives are very different and that although we had similarities, our lineage and experiences are ultimately very different because I am white and she is Indigenous. In my mind, I had the common rebuttal that because we were from similar classes that we were the same. But really, she still has to deal with racism and I do not. I have white privilege and she does not. I do not have to worry about the same things her and her family do. This taught me that I am very privileged when it comes to race and that I need to work on using my voice to bridge the gap so that all races have equal opportunity and no one has to worry about discrimination. Throughout all the discussion forums, I felt as though from the beginning to the end I had grown. The questions we were asked to respond to helped me really indulge in the topics we were learning about. The interactive aspect of them, where we responded to one another, enabled understanding and challenging of different perspectives. These outside perspectives gave me more insight into given topics. For example, in the forum about politics, another student and I had a disagreement or misunderstanding. This really helped me reanalyze what I said and how I said it. It required me to figure out more clearly what I had meant to say. Another area where I learned a lot was within the journals. I found myself being very uneasy talking about many of the subjects. The fact that all of my classmates could read my perspective on the topics really freaked me out. But as the semester went on, I realized how important it is to speak about social justice issues that are sensitive, and that I just needed to learn how to do it in a respectful manner. The journaling process was not asking me to share my opinion, but rather asking me to be critical of what I say, so that other readers are able to read them and gain understanding in a critical way. The third journal about the dominant group was especially hard to write about, but I challenged myself to take the risk and say what I wanted in a concise, respectful manner. I encouraged myself to continue this practice in the remaining journal entries. I did not have anyone challenge me specifically on a common rebuttal, and I believe this is because I work really hard not to participate in normative narratives. Although I may still notice myself having these thoughts, I continue to work on challenging them and changing them. This class has taught me that the learning never stops, and that I need to keep engaging myself in these issues because social justice topics are always changing. This is exciting to me, that I can push myself to continually learn more for the betterment of myself and others in society. Thank you.